Excellency, we cannot thank you enough to have the opportunity to be part of this this going on in the country. I've seen that this morning. I hardly watch some stations. I hardly. But sometimes I don't know how spiritually I was touched. I was taught to just tune in. I was watching. I didn't know that people can be paid. I didn't know. And now I know that such people are paid. My duty now is to make sure not to give them high blood pressure. As they pain them, you go to sweet us. As they sweet us, you go to pain them. That's my job. That's my job. That's my business. I will be happy every time, moving, laughing. And then they will be there fighting and shouting and killing themselves. So, Mr. President, we want to thank you that we are part of this, what is going on, the revolution that's going on. Your good work has killed coalition. I was thinking that truly there will be coalition. So when they see what's happening every day, and I told my people, make sure that every national television must hook in. So if they turn to DBN, they are watching Mr. President. If they turn to TVC, it's Mr. President. If they go to channel, Mr. President. If you go to NTA, Mr. President. Even the one I don't watch Arise, Mr. President. So
we go. Papa, I don't follow Tinubu go. If you see my mama, tell her I don't follow Tinubu go.
So they have no choice. And they must watch it for 17 days. That's all they can do. So, sir, Abuja should tell you, please, they are happy that even though you have given them 10 days, the other ones will be shared by the VP, Senate President, and Speaker. But please help us so that these people who say they are not happy, their DP will go up. By Friday, we'll go to Apo, 15-kilometer road to Wasa. By Monday, we'll be N5 live camp. By Tuesday, I not care for that. So they won't know what to do. Coalition is bound to fail, and it has failed.
So Wike says coalition is dead and that Bola Tinubu's good work has killed coalition. Is that what you think? And that he says the coalition is bound to fail and it has failed. And that the people who are forming the coalition, they'll keep having headaches. But he also said something that might go on the notice or on the ground that people might not notice. He said he thought that they'd be able to do the coalition. You can see they have fear. All of this movement they've been doing and forcing people to defect to their camp is because they're afraid. They know that Nigerians don't want them, and they're doing everything possible. As long as they're the ones conducting the next election, they can rig it. Now, but before I go deeper into some of the things I want to talk about with this Wike's claims here and the things that he says, I want to read a tweet, I believe, from this gentleman. This is Fisayo Soyombo, a journalist, brilliant journalist. All right. And he says this. He says, in just 2 years, President Bola Tinubu has renamed at least 6 edifices, institutions after him. The first one is Bola Ahmed Tinubu Barracks in Abuja. In 2 years, this is what this man has done. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Technology Innovation Complex, BTPC, in Abuja. That's the second one. The third one is Bola Tinubu Polytechnic in Abuja. The fourth one is Bola Tinubu Way in Abuja. The fifth one, the National Assembly Library, now renamed the Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu Building. Okay? And then yesterday, this is the sixth one, the former International Conference Center, now named Bola Tinubu International Conference Center. Look at what Fisayo says there. I wouldn't be shocked if APC gets renamed Bola Tinubu Progressive Congress sometime soon. At this rate, the president would have named at least 24 public facilities after himself, should he complete a second term in office. But one thing is certain, Tinubu's obsession with self-immortalization will only last as long as his legacy of service. If his final 2 or 6 years in office are as woeful as his first 2, the public will willy-nilly forget him in a flash. And his successor needs no more than a few weeks in office to erase his name from all these institutions. Anyway, it's just a matter of time. Hear this. It says, if his final 2 or 6 years in office are as woeful as his first two, we have a president that is so woeful. Someone called him the most terrible president in Nigerian's history, has renamed six institutions or 6 edifices after himself. The same president that brought Nigeria this sort of hardship has renamed institutions and edifices to him after himself. You see this idea of wanting to etch one's name in the sands of time and not doing what is necessary. When somebody steals his way into presidency, into power, and then tries to make sure that he's remembered forever, that's what this gentleman here, Fisayo, is saying, that it won't take long for people to forget him. And then his successor will just come and erase that idea, that self-immortalization, that sycophancy that is leading to all of this. Now, this brings me to a very important point. Wike said he thought that the coalition was going to happen. So you can see they're afraid. PDP is going through its own internal crisis, also its Labour Party. We don't know what will be the final outcome. INEC is not letting them register a new political party. They're playing all these deliberate, wicked programs against other political parties just so that they can enthrone Bola Tinubu in the 2027 election. And we are the only, stopgap. We're the only force against these criminal politicians who will impose themselves on Nigerians come 2027. And my main point here is this. Election has consequences. When these guys send thugs to vandalize ballot papers, electoral materials, they understand the consequence of those actions. And they know that once they're not in power, they're not relevant anymore. And in fact, I'm telling you, you see them defect to the new next party that's available so that they won't be probed for their corrupt practices. So we have to make sure that as a people, we find a way to vote these guys out. This Wike guy, the Bola Tinubu, vote them out. Continuously sensitize, campaign to get these guys out of power. In this midst of national suffering, poverty, we become the poverty capital of the world, malnourished children capital of the world. Yet, they say for good work. So I'm going to ask all of you, what good work is Bola Tinubu doing? Please, I cannot see it. If you can see it in your area, please put it out in the comment section. Let us know what good work he's doing that you feel is good work. But that said, it is your responsibility and mine to continue to sensitize others. We cannot leave that in the hands of INEC. INEC is already bought over by this current ministry, government. So we can't leave that in the hands of INEC. All right? So it's our job to make sure we continue to sensitize other people, to make sure they take the 2027 election seriously. When you collect bribes from politicians to let to vote for them, you voted away your right to enjoy good government for 4 years. When you collect the bribe from your local government councillor or chairman because they are your brothers and your sisters, not because they are competent, don't complain when they use the money that is meant to develop your community, your villages, put roads in your village and water, pipe-borne water, rather than them putting allocations, adding the budget to say they want to build boreholes for you. In this world today, where you're meant to have pipe-borne water in your own homes, everywhere you go, they're putting budget for boreholes. Can you see how backward these sort of politicians we have? So when you collect this bribe for them or you help them rig election, bear in mind, you will suffer the insecurity that will follow. Bear in mind, you would have no schools to take your children to, whilst they will take their children to the best schools around the world. Find out what schools Wike's children went to. Go and find out the school that Bola Tinubu's children went to. So when you steal from your people to vote these people in, remember, you will not have good hospitals. There will be no security. They're killing people all over the nation. Bandits, terrorists. And these people are dancing, saying that they're doing a very fine work. And again, like I said, put it in the comment section what you think about the works they're doing. So take 2027 seriously and make sure you don't be the ones to help them rig election. Because the consequences, we will all suffer it. We're suffering the consequences of this bad government. What do you think will happen in 2027? So that Bola Tinubu will continue to rename every institution he finds worthy after himself? So put your comment in the comment section and make sure we take 2027 seriously. Nigeria deserves better than these charlatans we have in government and these politicians who have now turned Nigeria into a one-party state. Slowly, they're almost at the finishing legs right now. So again, as always, I will catch you up in the next video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and also remember to recommend this channel, but above all, subscribe, and so that we can continue to sensitize more people. We have to have a better Nigeria come 2027. I'll catch you up in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.